If you ride a bicycle, chances are you know the importance of changing gears. It allows you to pedal at an efficient cadence so that you aren't wearing yourself or your drivetrain out too soon. But if you didn't know that, you've come to the right place. Today, we'll be going over the trigger shifter, how to shift, and when to shift. If you're wondering how to shift with a twist shifter or with an electronic shifter, we've made a separate video that goes into detail about those, linked in the description. Trigger shifters come with two triggers, one for shifting to a higher gear and the other for shifting to a lower gear. How the triggers are configured will depend on your bike model, but the basis for shifting gears will be the same for all trigger shifters. If your shifter has an indicator, you'll be able to easily know which trigger shifts up and which shifts down. But the best way to find out is by hopping on your bike and testing the shifters out yourself. If you notice that the pedaling resistance increased when you shifted, that means that you shifted to a higher gear. And if it got easier to pedal after you shifted, then you shifted to a lower gear. On derailleur systems, you should only shift while pedaling, never at a standstill. This will prevent damaging the components and prevent the chain from falling off when you start pedaling. To shift gears, press the lever until you hear a click. Once you hear the click on the shifter, the gear should be engaged and you'll feel the difference in the pedaling resistance. Internal gear hubs are not meant to shift under load, so make sure to ease off the pedaling when shifting gears. Shifting gears determines the pedaling resistance of your bike. When you're on a lower gear, the pedaling resistance will be low. This is good for biking up hills or when starting from a standstill, but the low pedaling resistance does mean that you'll cover less distance with each pedal. If you notice that you're pedaling very fast, it could be time to shift to a higher gear. When you're on a higher gear, the pedaling resistance will be greater, but you'll cover more distance with each pedal. Higher gears are good for when you want to achieve higher speeds or when biking downhill. A good tip is to shift to a lower gear when coming to a stop. This will make it easier to start again. And now you know how to shift and when to shift with a trigger shifter. Hope this has been helpful.